Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today it's my Christmas card of the month. I started in January and I do a Christmas card every month, so when the holidays arrive, I am not in a bind with trying to manage all the activity and making the Christmas card. So I try to do about a dozen a month. So this month we're going to use a new stamp set that was released this May. It's called Beauty of Friendship. Really, you can make every season with that. I absolutely love three, so for me it was very easy. The greeting that I'm using, it is from a carryover of last year, Perfectly Plaid. So we're going to get started. I did one on white, I did one on basic gray, and the green I use evergreen, evening evergreen, and in the ink, the evening evergreen, and garden green. I want to say green garden green, all reverse, you know, French to English. So I am starting with a piece of white that measure 4 by 5 1/4. Really, a quarter sheet would be great. I like to do my stamping, my sponging before I die cut with the rectangle stitch. So due to it is a photopolymer, I like to use my foam below when I stamp. We get a better image. So I'm going to keep my foam there. I'm going to start with my garden green, and this is the stamp set that this one here, right here. I almost make a mistake. So you see kind of variation. It's almost look like you use two color, but it's only one. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stamp right here. And then, if you notice, some I did the trunk and some I didn't do the trunk. So I'm going to do with the trunk. So if you choose not to do the trunk, the branch and so on, then you're going to skip this step. Now we're going to use soft suede for the trunk. And I don't want the full image. So I'm going to ink this. I'm going to bring a scrappy paper here. And I'm going to put that about where I want it. I just want a bit of it, okay? I'm going to put it even shorter. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right here. Voila. You're going to say, that look funny. Yes, it does look funny till you put the next step. Now I'm going to go with the darker green. That's the evening evergreen. And that's more like the detailed one there. That would be this one right here. And then we're going to come right here and smack that right there. Et voila. So you don't really see the trunk much, but you can see the branch. So it really adds quite a bit to this stamp. I had inky finger, so it's there. I won't worry about that. I was debating for the sky which color to use and so on. Let me bring my scrap paper I've been using all day. And here for the ground or the bottom, like the snow, I'm going to be using balmy blue. I'm closing some of the ink here before I put something on top of them that I shouldn't. Now, I just ripped a piece of cardstock. I've been doing quite a bit with that today. So when I say rip, really, you just rip and that's it, okay? So now that I got that rip, I'm going to put that, I like to work upside down. And the reason why I like to work upside down, I want the top of the bank of the snow darker to go lighter. So for me, that worked better. I've been doing that the other way, going like this. Well, after working with that for so many years, I find out just today, working with this upside down for this worked better. So I think it's too much there. Here we go. I'm going to put that right here. And then we're going to use balmy blue. You want to start on the scrap paper. I think that make a big difference. Let me move some stuff around here. And I'm just inking my blender brush. And then I'm going to start here and go down on the edge of the paper. Never mind the grain there, that's okay. And then I'm going to go a bit more. So you're going to see it is darker to lighter. Now, I really don't like that shape, so that's okay. If you don't like the shape, it's a bit too much. I'm going to go here. I want some weight, but not too much, okay? So now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go down a bit. And always start on your scrap and bring it down. It looked like it's not much, right? But look when I remove this. Voila. Now I'm going to come right here. And over here. So don't wait till you get too much. You're going to be surprised the color. It's easy to come back than removing some color. So here I get a big drift coming down in here. Now I want a little bit more character, so I'm going to come back here and go right at the edge. Voila. And I'm going to put this way now. So I'm just adding the drift of the snow. If you've been in the north, you know what I'm talking about, the drift of the snow. That looked pretty good to me. The only thing I want more right there, like it puddle under the tree. So this time I'm going to put it facing up, and then I'm going to add my snow here. Here we go. Right there under the tree, it is more. Now for the top, I was debating which color to do the sky. I thought blue again, and I decided that a lot of the time in the winter, we get kind of a gray sky. So I am using smoky slate. On one of the cards, I did the horizon with a straight line. I decided not to do the straight line. I think just the blend coming down, that is just soft. I like that better than a straight line for my horizon. So if you like a straight line, just put this and then brush a little bit and then do the rest of the sponging. I will not do that. I'm going to use smoky slate coming on my scrap paper and coming down, and I'm going to go soft. Never mind that blue there. I'm hoping when I cut it, it's going to cut it out. So I'm just going to bring this down a bit. So I always start at the top, coming down. So it's going to be darker at the top and lighter coming down. And I think that's pretty true when you look at the horizon. It's lighter going darker. And that should be about right. I think that looked kind of a winter sky there. Et voila. I'm going to just blend a little bit here to soften this up a bit. Right here. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to cut that with the stitch framelit. One of the main reasons also why I like to start with the sheet first before cutting, because when you sponge, where you get this stitch, it would bring the stitch very darker of the sponge. So let me bring my die cut machine. Now, I got a little tip to share with you for the die cut. I got my rectangle stitch die. I will have all measurement on my blog. Right below you get the direct link. You're going to place it where you want it. You don't want to place it straight this way or straight this way. It's what I call the speed bump. It's going to hit, it's going to make a bump and a bump again, and it won't die cut the stitch so lovely, put it that way. If you put it diagonal a bit, it don't have to be much. Here we go. Now I'm going to put this at the top. That's going to stop the big kaboom, kaboom, the speed bump. So go ahead, roll on. See how smooth it is? Now let's remove this. I'm going to remove my machine here. So we cut it without the speed bump. Now I'm going to remove this. And see, my stitch are very lovely. The other way, it's because it don't put the pressure all equally here. So it just give the jerk. So this way, you're going to have a way better die cut. Now we're going to do the greeting, and the greeting it's with Perfectly Plaid. And I am using Balmy Blue. I try not to use too much product so it's doable to repeat, right? Oops, would be better if I go on the right. And that's photopolymer. So let's bring the foam. I really like the foam when I use photopolymer. And we're going to align that right here. And boom. Voila. Perfecto. Now, I already cut my layer of the evergreen, if I can find it in this mess. Yes, I can. And I'm going to use the ribbon because I did that differently. This one, it's on smoky slate. We're going to put this one on white. This one, I just did a strip of 3/4 inch there by 4 1/4 in the garden green. But we're going to use the ribbon, the evening evergreen. What we're going to do is take this piece, your layer, make sure this is reinforced. We're going to attach the evergreen first. And I'm going to put that about, you know what? Let's do the bow first. That's what I did on the other one, and I think that's going to be easier. So I don't really measure the ribbon. I just bring it up. I'm going to measure it just to see about how much I use, so then I can tell you. I would say about 20, yeah, it is 20 inch. So a card like this between 20 to 22 inch would be great. I want my bow to the left, so I'm going to bring more, this to the left, go a loop, bring it up and down, okay, do the loop at the bottom first. Take the top, go to the right, and come under to the left. So the right, under to the left, and squeeze, and then pull. Then you're going to shape your bow, and boom. I know for many it's our challenge to make bow. I would recommend just stop this video, rewind, and keep on playing it till you're going to see. To the left, you take the top, going to the right, going under to the left. Now, I got adhesive in the back of this. I'm going to slide this right under here. I'm going to try to align that the best that I can. Now, I can move this here a bit. Oh, one thing that I didn't say, I should have mentioned, you want to make sure it's straight in the back, that you didn't twist your ribbon inside. Because when you open it up, you get the ribbon inside. I think it gives a decoration. Leave the ribbon this long. Now, we're going to attach our layer right here. Slide it under that loop there. And then we're going to secure that here. I like about that length. I'm going to keep that right there. Well, I was cockeye on this one a bit. Let me see if I can. Okay, good. It was just bugging me just enough. Now my layer, it's not right. We're going to pull that just a bit. Tug it. Here we go. Now that looked pretty good. And my ribbon is very secure. It won't move. And I want it in between there. Make sure it's tight. Now I can trim my bow. Yes, it passed the card. But when I put it in my envelope, I'm going to tuck it this way here. Okay, now we're going to cut this sideways, the diagonal, and cut this diagonal. Et voila. Now we get this. How simple this was. Now you can use the gem. I use the gem over here. I think with the ribbon I don't need the gem. So this is the holiday gem that I put the light one there. Now for the inside, I just stamp at the bottom, and it's not the full 3. So what I mean by that, I'm going to use the garden green again, and we're going to do, oops, inky finger. I'm going to put that right here. Now I'm going to use the evening evergreen for the layer, and because it's photopolymer, it is very easy to align because you can see through, right? So I'm going to take this, align that right here, smack that right there, boom. So really it looked like we got 3 colors in that 3. We just used 2, but it looked like we get 3. Now I got my Merry Christmas that I got this at the bottom, it's to the right. My Merry Christmas, I'm going to keep it to the left. Et voila. How simple and quick it is. So I will have all measurement on my blog with all the supplies that I use. And also, if you scroll at the bottom of the blog post that the link going to bring you, scroll all the way at the bottom, you're going to see all the one that I did for January, February, March, April, and so on. So you can, and I get the direct link. So if you miss any of my Christmas around the year, you can see them all here. I will be back next month with another Christmas card, and again I am trying to use everyday stamp, most of it, to do a Christmas card. So you can switch that for another occasion if you want, or use the Christmas card. Don't forget, if you start your Christmas card now, when come Christmas time and the holidays, you're going to have one less thing to make. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping. Bye bye for now.